All right. Welcome to Off the Bench. I got Miss Collie Somerville in the house. I love doing podcasts with you.
Oh, thank you. And I love doing them with you.
And I feel like what a better time to do it, because here we are getting ready to start a brand new year, and we're just coming off another great year here at Family First Life. And how many years is this total for you?
3.5. So in June it'll be 4.
Okay, so it's like halfway mark.
Yeah, literally.
What a differance, right? We laugh at like some of these pictures, like from like a couple. I was looking at pictures with Frank yesterday. I was like, oh, I was like, we were broke. Look at my hair. We were broke. Look at my hair.
Right.
And then we start fading into like better hairstyles.
Yeah,
like,
you could tell.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
Yeah, you do.
My girlfriend sends me like memories. I'm like, oh, I was broke there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that was before I could even afford a straightening iron. Like just dumb stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, even though like broke is all like relative, right? Because everybody's situation is a little different. Like they might have wanted my money then.
Right.
Where somebody is at now.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But most of us came from a place, and I'm never mad about that, right? I'm never mad about where things started.
Yeah.
Some people get so bitter about I'm like, why?
But those things that I was telling my son's girlfriend yesterday, like about my story, and I told her, like, I was like, if these things didn't happen to me, then would have no wisdom to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
You know, and the women and the men that have become behind me, you know, to be able to say, okay, I know what this looks like. So I know why you feel that way, because I felt those things. I've been there. Yeah. And it's hard for people to believe, like looking at where I'm at now. But I always talk about like the only people that saw me when I started were Frank and Jaime, because there was no Fury. There was no Corinne. There was Collie Somerville coming to the office 70 miles one way to get coaching. Like, and it was just you and Frank that saw the beginning.
Yeah. And I don't even think we knew the whole story then.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we knew you were driving an Uber car or whatever it was, Lyft car. I was like, she'd been coming here for almost like 7-8 months. I said, she got a what? He said, she's driving that's not her car. Lyft owns that. I was like, what? I never even heard of that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was like $1,000 a month.
Yes.
To rent it.
And I think when you finally opened up, Frank was like, get rid of that now. Yeah. That's like one app, and the car payment could be half of that. Knock it off or something like that. I was like, thank God she opened up and said that. That could have went on for how long?
Well, COVID saved it, because I didn't have to do the same amount of required rides to keep the car. Okay. So that's what really, and then me and Frank had already had a plan prior to get rid of the car. So it worked out the way it's supposed to.
That's right. And I mean, even thinking about that, like, you came up with a game plan, and it's kind of like where people are at right now. They don't have to be, driving Uber car, whatever. Their situation is whatever their situation is, but you still have to come up with a game plan, whatever your situation is. And now we're starting off the new year where people I feel like you can start a fresh start any Monday. Yeah. Or any day you can start a fresh start. But like the new year kind of gets a fresh start for everybody, for right?
Sure. Yeah.
And so what a better time right now than to kind of think about and go through, because what got you to where you are in December 2022 is not going to get you where you are 3 months from now, 6 months from now, in December 2023.
No, not at all.
You have to make changes, and you have to implement things fast. It's not comfortable to send 100 messages a day.
No.
It's not comfortable to do every call on a Zoom. I mean, that means you got to get your lipstick right. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got things. But if you're going to get to different levels, you're going to have to get a different level uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are some things this year that you're thinking about implementing that might get you a little uncomfortable?
Well, I'm going to continue working out in the morning.
Okay.
I'm not a morning person. So getting up at 6 a.m. to work out is hard for me. Yeah. But one of the things that I realized, like how you just said, like if I want to take Fury to the next level and lead by example, I have to grow mentally, I have to grow spiritually, and I have to grow physically, right? Because even though we're not doing anything physical here, like you still have to be healthy to be able to do this every day, get up and be in your bed, right? Because you got to be on all the time. Yeah. So those things are, those are like the top of my list is, like I said, physically, mentally, spiritually getting better.
What do those first like 30 days look like as far as that goes? I mean, do you have accountability partners? Do you just like set your alarm in like another room? Like, I mean, seriously, because that change is not easy.
No. I mean, and I like staying up late at night.
And it's winter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a sun's shining bright. It's warm out. It's like, it's cold.
And then you wake up, it's dark.
Right. What? Yeah. So what are you doing to implement right now that?
Well, I started putting my phone in the bathroom. So I have to literally get up to go turn off my alarm. And by the time I do that, then I'm
feet are cold.
Yeah.
You hit the tile.
I might as well just go ahead and get going, you know, but if I have it sitting right next to my bed, it's so easy to just say snooze, 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 snooze. And then like, as far as spiritually, like I'm doing more giving at church. I'm going to start serving and become a part of some of the ministries. So more connected to my church and going to church on Sundays as opposed to watching it in bed online.
My kids try to like, can we just watch it today on TV? No, I don't. I need to be on the front row. The Christmas service, they had me like third row to the back because we got there a few minutes. Like I was wanting to get there 10 minutes in advance because I was like, oh, I'll get a good seat there. But you know, all the people came out for Christmas service. I'm on the second row to the back. I said, that's just not the same. I looked at every baby's shoes. The little kids were chit chatting. I saw this one lean in to talk to this one. I can't even focus on the back row. I got to get on the front row so I can pay attention, hear what the word is. I'm in my Bible. I got to see what's going on.
And that's why I was watching a lot from online, but then I will be texting and doing, but when I'm in church, it's like coming to the office. When I come to the office, I'm coming here to work. But when I work from home, there's all these different distractions, and church is the same way. And then as far as growing mentally, reading on a more regular basis, one of the things I definitely committed to, which I stopped doing last year, is being a student of the business. You know, listening to podcasts, getting on the TNL, listening, you know, getting on the trainings, like just getting more plugged in.
Submerged.
So that I can be a better leader.
Well, and it's true too, because sometimes we're like, oh, I've already heard that. I'm like, obviously I heard it and I didn't implement. Because you might have been hearing it for 12 years. It's time to start getting a move on. And things change. I mean, this business has changed immensely even the past 24 months.
Because
even
I've been
the past
here,
8 months.
Different.
Well, I mean, and then we like slow to get it started, like, oh, slow to do the telesales. So, you know, it's like, we just got to start moving a little bit faster. With whatever change is being made. Whether it's uncomfortable or not. But we're not going to know these things unless we're constantly, it's like when you're trying to get good on the phones, you're just going to listen to the phones one time and think you're going to be good at? No. Every day. Listen to people who are good. Listen into audio. Getting your mind right. So it's going to be the same thing with everything else that we're trying to get better at, or, you know, help to get to the next level with. And then obviously getting around people who are good with those things. And you've been doing a lot of that with traveling down to Boca and things like that. And so I think this year is going to be a banner year.
For sure.
And I don't see why it can't, right? Because we've got a lot of infrastructure that's been put in this year, I feel like. I mean, between recruiting and and now war market stuff, and it's just like, why not? Why not? And anybody, why not? Why can't this be for you at this stage?
I mean, if people heard my whole story, like, it just like what I don't look like anything that I've been through.
No.
But again,
you got it. People forget that part.
I'm thankful for the things that I've been through, because if I hadn't gone, you know, even just the other company, the practice company, like we had one product, so that meant one bucket of chargebacks. And so if I had $3,000 in chargebacks, I couldn't make another dime until I got out of those $3,000 in chargebacks. Right. And then in the process, there's probably more chargebacks coming through because it's one product, one company. And so here, if I, you know, when I get chargebacks, I'm like, ugh.
Exactly. So this is a whole different, you know, flavor of people actually looking for insurance. Instead of forcing it upon them. So I mean, if they knew what seasons Kali went through to see what they see now, some people would scare away.
They would be willing to go through it.
I think everybody has their own sorts of seasons, right? I mean, they look maybe a little differently, but like mine wasn't a blue room, but it was a small townhouse, right? And so everybody kind of, you go through stuff, but it's when you keep pushing through it and pushing through it and pushing through it and overcoming this and overcoming that, it's like, I did that. It starts, you know what I mean? And then now you're paying it forward to help other people. Now you can kind of listen, the pathway's been paved. I went through that. So I can tell you how to get through this. And so that's the cool part about it. So I'm excited about 2023. I see so many new faces and names.
That's so much fun.
And the excitement is
it's definitely building. Because we were just kind of sitting for a while, you know, and now it's like, okay, new people, new writers, new people get, you know, on the leaderboards. Like that is what gets the old people excited. You know, because they're like, well, who's this person beating me? I need to step my game up, you know? So it's a lot of excitement going on right now. A lot of momentum.
Well, I'm excited about 2023. I'm excited to where FFR Fury is going, and all the new intricate pieces of what's being formed by Fury. And I think it's going to be the best year yet.
Yeah, we're excited. We are going to, the goal is by April to be at $1 million. We're nowhere near there right now, but we're going to get there.
Well, really, if you just do the multiplication process, like we were talking about with Mark Mead, it gets there pretty quick. Because, I mean, all you're doing is just multiplying it twice.
Right. And you have the infrastructure. Probably so far we just got tons of names, because we're asking agents for 25 names and numbers, not 5.
Yeah.
So, so we're getting lots of names and numbers. And so just by doing that, and then we're going to, of course, Corinne and I are going to teach the agents how to call these lists so that we can duplicate, right? So
and
that's
where
the multiplication comes in.
How many people are hurting right now?
Yeah, for sure.
Who could use Family First Life and insurance and an insurance license?
Yeah.
I mean, if you just think about the difference one policy a week can do for people.
I got an insurance initially just to make extra $1,000 a month.
And this is a week.
Yeah, that's all. $1,000 a month for me back in 2013 was a game changer.
Yeah.
Right. Because I had a decent job. I was making like $80,000 a year. So extra $12,000 a year was nice. I gave myself a raise.
Yeah.
So if I got in for an extra $1,000, and we're talking about people can make an extra $1,000 a week versus a month, like that's a game changer for a lot of people. And they don't have to struggle.
That's right. And I mean, people are looking for it. How many people do you know right now that have a side hustle?
A lot.
Everybody. Yeah. I'm like, everybody's got side hustles. This could be a side hustle that turns into a whole career opportunity.
I didn't plan on this. This was not a part of my plan. Like I came in to make some extra money part-time, and then 10 years later.
Yeah. Well, this is the tone that's being set across the board. And that's why this thing's going to be taken to $1 billion. And so on and so forth. So I'm excited to see where it goes. So thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. #$1 Million Fury. Let's go.
Thanks, guys.